finally, guys, we are back. So if you're not aware, the last time we were out here, I said we don't get some rain soon, there ain't gonna be any water here to drink, and we'll have to find somewhere else to camp. And then a week later, lightning struck and lit this place on fire. And so we've been out of here for months. We haven't been able to come back for months. So today is our first trip back into Juniper Prairie Wilderness, my favorite place to camp. And we're gonna walk in here, check this place out, and enjoy ourselves. Let's get it. Well, so far so good. I was hoping that it didn't burn up our place too bad, although a little bit of burning wouldn't have hurt with the ticks, but it doesn't seem like it burned up this area much at all. Jeez. Still plenty of overgrowth. So I'm getting in actually pretty late this evening. Had to work today, and I had to finish gathering up all my stuff. So it's already after 6. We're just hiking in, but that's okay. It's nice and cool right now. It rained earlier. I don't believe there's much chance of rain this evening, but that rain definitely helped with the temperature. Feels good right now. Well, this is the first area that I've seen out here where we like to camp that had some obvious fire right through here. Everything else still bright green, so fingers crossed our site will still be good. Pretty happy so far. Oh man, this is awesome. Everything did burn, but everything's still bright green. Shoot, looks like it even still has the same people here. How's it going, fellas? Glad to be back.
A little bit of scratch on you?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you start to get old. Hey buddy, how you doing?
Good.
Ken, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
So, is your brother already hiking around?
Well, we made it. And I can actually get right here to my favorite spot between my favorite 2 trees. And I think everything's going to be awesome. So, got a good dinner tonight, but I don't know how much time I'm going to have to actually cook it and show it to you, but do the best I can. But for now, I want to go ahead and get everything set up before it does get too dark, and get to enjoying myself. God, I'm glad to be back. never mind then. I won't be taking pictures anymore.
I've tried that before, and half of them.
I don't want to.
Yeah, they're kind of nasty about it.
Taylor's brother came back. He's gone for 5 years now. Not sure.
Breakfast this morning, I think we're gonna do the old crushed up Pop-Tart. Still be good.
After like a magazine, paper, Swiss cheese. I don't know if I'm hitting anything.
Well, I didn't have the absolute best night ever. I was a little unprepared from the last trip I went to, where I almost had a heat stroke and died. This is a little different. It got down into the 60s last night, and I didn't bother to bring an underquilt. And I know that doesn't sound like much, but when you're in a hammock, 60 degrees, anything below 70, you start to get cold if there's a breeze. And it dropped down last night and got kind of chilly, so I learned a lesson. I know better. I just didn't think it was gonna get that chilly, so it wasn't the best night of sleep. But we got a fire going this morning, and already had my breakfast and on my second cup of coffee now, so everybody's kind of getting their breakfast and stuff going. But it was okay. We had a good time last night. Everybody hung around. Shoot, we were out here until after midnight hanging out, so it was still a good time though. I think I'm gonna finish drinking my coffee and try to find something else to get into. Well, we're gonna head down here to the water hole and see if there's any water left to get. It was pretty low yesterday. Everybody's been drinking out of it. We'll see. Man, that is not much water at all.
Whoa.
Well, so much for it being cold this morning. Now it's hot again. You know, I like this grill. It's convenient, but I'll tell you, it is not the easiest thing to push down to filter that water. And I know the new little pods that they have are a little bit easier to do it, so I'm gonna have to get one of those, because that is not the easiest thing to do, but it is convenient. But you know, I still think that, like, for a camping trip like this, I do prefer my big bag of water with just my drip filter on it, my little Sawyer, because I can filter what I need. I can get a couple liters at a time and just filter what I need. But this is getting to be kind of a sad little water source here. I was hoping it would be in a lot better shape this time, but doesn't look like we've gotten enough rain to really help. So it is somewhat spring fed. That water is good and cold, and there's always some water here, but it's not pumping out a bunch. So I don't know, it's a water source, but it's not the best one. We may, I don't know, we may end up hiking over to Hidden Pond today, and if we go over there, I'll end up getting a bag of water to bring back, because that's a good spring fed pond. But honestly, I don't know what all we're going to get into today. It is going to get hot, so we might end up going over there and hitting up the swimming hole. Just have to see how things go. Well, here we are again playing musical chairs. So we're moving our chairs around and chasing the shade because it has warmed up. We kind of discussed hiking over to Hidden Pond, but it's a pretty good hike from here, and it is hot, and the general consensus is it wouldn't really be worth it, because by the time we get back from Hidden Pond, we're just going to be hot and nasty again. So I think we're just going to chill here and hang out. But it's getting about lunchtime now. We just kind of been sitting around talking and hanging out, so haven't really done a whole lot. But today, for lunch, I have some sardines in Louisiana hot sauce. So I'm gonna eat me some sardines and sit back and relax and just try to hop from shade to shade, I guess. That's the plan anyway. Surely we won't have an issue with bears in here with these sardines. Take a look at that. Can you see it? I love the sardines in Louisiana hot sauce. Look at here. They just melt in your mouth. Let me know in the comments if you eat sardines. If you don't, you're missing out. Alright guys, so I got some fiery hot 3-pepper pickle chips. Anybody want to try them? They say they're fiery hot.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, maybe.
What's that?
You're talking to your camera.
I was talking to all of us and the camera.
Oh.
Fiery hot.
Fiery hot.
Want to try one?
Yeah, sure. That's what I want out in the woods. My mouth to be on fire when all I have is nice, tannicky, filtered dirt water to drink.
So do you want it or not?
Absolutely.
Alright, I'll let y'all dip your fingers in first.
Yeah.
Alright. Fiery hot pickle. Oh, there's like a sweet pickle?
I was expecting dill.
They're not that hot.
Not really hot.
Not hot at all.
I want my fucking.
That was kind of lame. Wah, wah, wah. So I mentioned earlier that I didn't really have a whole lot of stuff that I had planned today because we were going to hike over to the pond. Well, I just realized I was going to loan my spoon to Eli for him to eat his lunch, and I realized that I don't have a spoon with me. So Brian earlier gave me a couple pieces of wood so I could do a little carving or something, but I don't have my carving knife with me. But we're going to need to carve a spoon somehow. So I've got my regular knife, I've got my little Ranger grip, and we got a fire here with some coals. So we're going to see what we can do with this. So we're going to break this down into something that's a little more manageable, and then see if we can come up with a spoon out of it.
I have 18K UFC.
Worked out pretty good.
45.
Alright, so I've got a pretty good bowl going on here, and it's actually burning now, so I can actually apply some air to this and let it start hollowing itself out. Well, we almost got this thing to a usable point here. I'll show you here in just a second. I'm actually really happy with the way this thing turned out. It's amazing what you can do if you just take a little time and problem solve a little bit. Figure out how you can fix the problem, and that's kind of what bushcrafting is all about, you know, problem solving. So I took that coal and I put it in the center there, and I just kept blowing on it until it burned that spot out. And then I just took my knife and I scraped out the majority of the char. Didn't get all of it, but I mean, shoot, that little thing right there will work good. So I'm pretty happy with the way that thing turned out. And now I got something to eat my dinner with. So that's a plus. Well guys, we just got some potentially bad news. I just got off the phone with Sarah. And we have a little issue going on at home. It may not be anything, but it might be something. And I just feel like that I need to be there with Sarah just in case. So had a good time. We're gonna go ahead and pack this place up and get on back out of here so I can get back home. Alright guys, so I know this is not how we plan to end this weekend, but you got to put family first. And I know that if something was going on with my family, my wife would be right there for me. So I'm headed home to be with her. So you just got to put family first. So if you guys like this video, give it that big thumbs up for me. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. You can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next week.